welcome back to my channel, The Goddess Coach, and I'm a mommy coach and I help women like you find solutions to everyday problem. Today I am actually going to be sharing with you top tips, 11 top tips to maintaining a healthy weight and a healthy size. I know lots of you women out there, you know, the new year you make resolutions. I'm gonna lose weight, I'm gonna have the perfect body, I'm gonna have this, I'm gonna have that. A lot of the time, you know, 75% of the time diets don't work. And a lot of people fall off the wagon, so they say. You know, New Year resolutions don't really work. But what I want to share with you today are actually lifetime resolutions. Think of it as goals. And so I'm going to share with you my first tip. Tip number 1, know your body. How well do you know your actual bone size? What has been your consistent weight growing up? What has been your weight when you are in your youth? And what has been your weight when you become a mother throughout your pregnancies? How much of your body expanded? What's underneath all that skin? So that's what you need to know, is actually find out from the beginning. So if you've always been 60 kilos, you can't suddenly say today, I want to be 45, because it does not seem right for your body shape and for your body size. So you need to actually go back to the beginning and then look through your history. Top tip number 2, start noting down your eating patterns and also your food intake. Find out. Ask yourself, how often am I hungry? And how often do I snack? Maybe, you know, write it all down. And then find out also, how much do you drink in the day? And when you do drink, what is it that you grab? Is it coffee? Is it a cup of tea? Is it juices? Is it colas? So all these things will give you an indication of whether you have been having healthy diet or you've been grabbing a lot of junk food. Top tip number 3, start reading the nutritional information of everything you buy. When you buy that pack of crisp or that box of breakfast cereals, do you read the back? Do you see how much vitamin D is in there? How much sugar? How much vitamins do they put in there? Because sometimes something in the ingredient of a particular food can actually make us become intolerant and therefore give us a certain weight gain, you know, like excess sugar or even bloating. Top tip number 4, sugar is the biggest culprit today for obesity. It is not the intake of fat that actually is making us fat. I'm sorry, that's a myth. It is actually the excess refined sugar that does that to our body, that actually makes us fat. So for example, ask yourself, are you drinking a lot of Coca-Cola, for example? Coca-Cola contains about, in one can, 10 teaspoons of sugar. Now imagine yourself sitting down. Would you be able to actually spoon yourself 10 teaspoons of sugar in one go? I don't think most people will do, but a lot of us actually grab, you know, packs and packs and tins and cans of, you know, all these excess sugary soda drinks. So maybe keep an eye about that. Top tip number 5, diet drinks. Coming back to whether you're drinking Coke or not, for example. Now, diet drinks are not as innocent as you think. And so the other so-called low-fat option or low-sugar option. For me, anything that contains aspartame or any derivatives of fake sugar, you really got to watch out for. It has been proven to actually increase your body to store fats, and it also has been proven to increase effect on your liver, and not in a positive way. So watch out, because those are actually still empty calories. Okay, and now I am back with top tip number 6. Now this is especially very important to a lot of my Asian mummy friends. do watch out for MSG or any of its derivatives, sometimes called flavor enhancer, or sometimes it's called by E621 or a couple of other names and numbers. Now, MSG has not only been proven to increase migraine attacks in people, it also causes bloating. It's also been proven to actually affect your brain from recognizing that you're actually full. So it is not as innocent as it is of thinking, oh, it's just adding flavor to food. It does not just add flavor to food. So keep an eye on that. Top tip number 7. Wheat intolerance. Now, I love my freshly baked bread. I love my pastries, and I mean, most people do, don't they? You smell freshly baked bread, you smell freshly baked pastry, and your nose just goes, mmm. But I have actually done my own food intolerance, review by myself, and I actually realized that I am actually intolerant to wheat. But what wheat actually does to a lot of people is it actually causes excess bloating. And trust me, I have done this test a few times, especially over Christmas. I looked like I was 3 months pregnant after just a few days of having a lot of all this lovely bread. And I knew that my body just cannot take all this wheat stuff. So maybe you want to look out for that. Maybe do your own at-home test. Try cutting out bread and pasta or anything with a lot of wheat. See how your stomach goes with that. Do you look like you've lost weight immediately? Does your stomach look really flat, or are you still bloated? Just keep an eye, okay? Wheat intolerance. Top tip number 8. Eat as organic and as natural as possible. There has been studies to show that actually pesticides used to spray your crops or our vegetables and everything else, and also the antibiotics used on the animal can create havoc on our bodies. There are actually quite a few scientific studies out there that have shown pesticides does make all the cells in our body get a bit confused, and it has shown some people to actually maintain the fats in their body. But also, do you realize it actually affects your reproductive system? So for those of you who are trying to be healthy, trying to have a baby, try and maintain having an organic food intake, of course as natural as possible, because when you're in the optimum health, your reproductive system is also in the optimum health. Top tip number 9. Exercise. This is the boring bit for a lot of busy moms, a lot of busy women. But actually up to 80% of our health and a healthy weight depends on the kind of food we put in our body. And that extra 20% depends on our active lifestyle. Today our lifestyle is very much indoors. We work in an office, we sit in a room without any sunlight, and when we come home we go straight to the groceries and then straight to cook, and then you slouch on the couch because you're absolutely tired. Now, for those of you interested, I have devised my own 5-minute, very healthy, high-speed workout, which for me is perfect for busy moms like me and you. So you do not have to go to the gym 3-4 times a week, spending hours to have that perfect body. All you need to do is do your high-intensity interval techniques or HIIT exercises, and all it takes is just 5 to 10 minutes every day just to maintain a healthy body, a healthy weight. Okay, you can read about that all in my blog, and I will put the link later on. And now, top tip number 10. This is a bit of a cheat, but it does help you. How about wearing those body strengthening or restricting wear like corsets or girdles? What they do actually is they restrict your body from still feeling hunger, because it tightens up your abdominal muscles. But at the same time, for those of you who just given birth, especially you Asian moms, you would know that after you've given birth, like in Indonesia, you wear something called bengkong or you know, one of these, I'll show it to you. Got it right here. It's something like this. It's got all these, you know, hooks, and they clip. And after you've given birth, you know, it actually does help to shrink your hip bones and your rib cage. You know how you expand when you're pregnant, you know, to accommodate the growing baby. So after the baby is born, you can wear things like this. I have to admit, I do wear them when I feel like, you know, I have gone a bit overboard with my calorie intake. I've been a bit too packaged. So I wear something like this to then discipline myself to start eating less, smaller portions, but maybe like a bird, I just, you know, have smaller portions, but maybe 3 or 4 times during the day. Another option that you can look at is a gym wear. It's actually a gym corset. It is made from neoprene material. I have here from Everlast. It's actually, you know, like my diving suit. It actually is neoprene. What it does is this actually helps to maintain a straight body for you when you go to the gym, especially when you're weightlifting. But also, because it's neoprene, it actually encourages you to release excess fluid in your body. So if you put this on, maybe you go jogging, or you go to the gym, or even when you do your 5-minute mommy exercise at home, what it does is it actually encourages the excess sweat, the excess fluid to be released from your body. So most people actually have bloating or excess fluid in their body. So for a lot of mummies, maybe this is a cheap option that you can use to help along on your path to a more beautiful body. And now, top tip number 11, 10 and 1. Now, when all else has failed and you've sincerely tried your best, you've read all the ingredients on your packaging, you have cut down on all the processed food, on all your sugars, you have actually started cooking more organic food, you cook your own, you don't buy any more McDonald's and what have you, and you still feel like, I still can't lose all this weight, I still feel big, I still feel chunky. Do you know what? Then it's time to go and have a visit with your doctor. Sometimes excess weight that cannot be shifted is not really your fault. Yes, it is not your fault. Maybe you suffer something like I do. I have something called hypothyroidism, which means my body cannot produce a certain hormone, which is the thyroid hormone, that helps me with metabolizing my food. So that means that no matter how little my calorie intake, no matter how much I exercise, my body has trouble to chew down, to break down all the food and turn them into energy. So I'm always tired, I'm always lethargic. So I need a little help from my doctor. So I have to take some hormone to replace the missing ones in my body. Maybe also you have got some hormonal imbalances, not just thyroid. Maybe you've got PCOS that is making you overweight, that's making you have a very bloated body. So things like this can actually affect your achieving that beautiful perfect body. So do go sit down, have a comprehensive blood test. Get your doctor to take, you know, a few vials of blood from you and say, I would like a comprehensive blood test. And then look whether your liver is working, whether your kidney is working, is your heart okay, have you got any infections or whatever. All these things can give you a better indication of how healthy you are. Now, my last advice to you is, what is a perfect body? There is no perfect body. I'm sorry that you've seen a lot of, I've seen on Instagram, I've seen on different websites, women with 4 6-pack and they've got 2 little babies and they said, if I can do it, so can you. To have a 6-pack, your body fat must go down to about 9% as a woman. And when a woman goes down to about 6%, it's very hard for her to actually have a very good reproductive system. It would actually affect your periods, your ability to have a baby, because it's not easy for you to get pregnant. So ask yourself, is that your idea of a perfect body? Are you willing to spend hours in the gym and take all kinds of supplements to get that? Or is your perfect body healthy, and doesn't matter if you've got that stretch mark covered little blob on your tummy? Does your partner find you sexy and beautiful? And more importantly, when you look in the mirror, what do you see? Do you see a woman who's battled through her whole life to be a successful mom and a wife and a professional, her job? So please give yourself a break, cut yourself some slack, and go back to basics. So with this, I would like to bid you adieu. All the information in full, these are just very simple, short little tips. All the information will be available in my blog. So look at the bottom of the video, there will be my website address. Click on that link and it will take you to my blog. I will write all in details, all the scientific reports and everything else to help you on your way to a beautiful body for 2015. Much love and peace to you. Bye.